Hello, it's Jimmy Jam Oracle. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing we'll do a Celtic Cross read. You know what? No, I feel like I've been doing a lot of those. Let's do the 7-card spread for Foodie Beauty. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. We're going to think about Foodie. Remember, we welcome the spirits for being here today, just like I welcome you. And let's get to it. Knock on the deck. Wake them up. And do some shuffling. What has Chantal been up to? Not much. Last time I saw her, she was raging about the Bee Gees and running stop signs in Kuwait. Let's see if the spirits have anything they'd like to tell us. Alright, so let's get started. 7-card spread, so we lay out 7. And don't worry if you can't see all of the cards right away. I will position them in a way we can all see them eventually. 6 and then 7 over here. There we go. Alright, so let's get started with the first card. Now the first card is in the past position. Alright, so flip. And what do we have? We have the 4 of Swords. It says exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, restlessness, and stress. Yeah, that pretty much on par with her last read, where it said that she was down and depressed. Again, we have this stagnation. I literally just said, like, there's not much really going on with her besides the usual, you know, her getting fast food and iced coffee in Kuwait. That can also contribute to the restlessness. Like, she just can't be just sitting at home. She's got to be out doing something. And yep, and then the stress right along with that. Alright, so that's pretty on par. It is in the past position, so maybe something's changed in the present. Go ahead and flip that card. What do we have? We have the Ace of Wands. It's upright. It says new project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. The urge to create and the new project, merch, right there. And things this new project has been popping up with her too. Maybe she's been working on the merch or thinking about doing merch for a good minute. But that very well could be the sparking up some, some desire and, that urge to create. Even though she's getting her art from AI, like, it's still, like, occupying her mind. And well, it is giving her something to do, is what I'm saying. But definitely a new project. I would say this is the merch, is what she's doing right now. What is helping? So what's, like, contributing to the present situation? Let's flip it to the moon, but it's reversed. It says release of fear, repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretation, darkness, and insecurities. Wow, okay, that's a mouthful. The repressing emotions, I think so. Definitely she's putting things aside, I think, when I was talking earlier about this is like taking up her mind, taking up her time. I think she's using the merch to, like, do this repressing of emotions, to put those emotions aside, like the feelings of the burnout and the stress, and even like the depression feelings that I read in my last read. It also says darkness as well, so maybe like her rut, like this stagnation this card talks about, is oh my gosh, like the depression is the darkness, and I think all that stuff has led to her putting her focus on the merch, at least for now. And also, like, the way she's been eating too, like, that can contribute to, like, her trying to put aside, like, the darkness, the depression, the stress. All right, so we have the 4th card. It's the obstacle card, so let's flip that. Oh, we have the 6 of Wands. It says public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. And I think here where it's talking about self-confidence, I think it's talking about kind of her egotism, like her it's the false bravado that she likes to carry. Even though she doesn't feel like or think it's false bravado, but like we all, we know it. And then like public recognition, that's always been, I think, an obstacle for her. She is in the public. She wants people to think a certain way about her. And this victory as well, like the reason victory is an obstacle before her because it's something she can't obtain. Even like the progress, like progress is her obstacle. Like she can't make progress in hardly anything. Her health or YouTube channel wise. Like again, we go back to the first card where it talks about stagnation. Like she just cannot make progress. Oops. All right, let's go ahead and flip the fifth card. It says the attitudes of others. It also could be like an outside influence card, but it's definitely something sitting on the outside of Chantal. We have the High Priestess. She is reversed. It says secrets, harm, hidden agenda, disconnected from intuition, withdrawal, silence, selfish, shallowness, ignorance, and misunderstanding. Yeah, I think this is definitely the attitudes that other people have towards Chantal. That she's keeping secrets, there's a hidden agenda. This disconnected from intuition, I think, has a lot to do with like her eating habits. She's just not how's the way to say it? Like either she's just not doing what she needs to do and things that she's been told she needs to do towards her health. And that's definitely like, again, like disconnected from intuition, like disconnected from self. And that goes with the withdrawal as well. And people definitely see her as being selfish and shallow. And even like the ignorance, like they're like either she's ignoring the health advice or she just straight up acts like she doesn't know anything about it, which goes with the ignorance. And it's funny because we have misunderstanding in this card and the outside influence, or like, the attitudes of others card. But we also have misinterpretation here in the third card, which is what's aiding this situation. And it's weird because I skipped that because I didn't really feel like I had much to do about anything. But now that I see this and then the misunderstanding over here, I feel like, yeah, there's something like Chantal just doesn't understand, or she pretends she doesn't understand, like whether that's her life-wise or whether it's health-wise, or even here where I was talking about her merch, like maybe it's merch-wise, like there's something something's not clicking for her. But let's continue, see if we get more insight. Oh, this is what the questioner should do for the sixth card. It's the advice of the spirits. And the reason I laugh, sometimes spirits don't have great advice. It depends on the spirit you get. But let's see if they have any advice for her. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's reversed. It says greediness, possessiveness, stinginess, overspending, self-protection. Okay, so seemingly this spirit's advice isn't horrible. It says self-protection, like she needs to protect herself. And it does talk about greediness and stinginess. What it is, it's like holding on to things. In this case, it's the Pentacles. So we see the gold coins on the card. That's usually financial. And maybe the spirits are telling her like she needs to hold on to what money she has because she's overspending. There's money being leaked out somewhere, and they're telling her she needs to stop and protect herself, worry about her own home, I guess, or self. Don't be spending, don't put too much money into something. Maybe into the merch, like maybe, because I think she does have to, I'm not sure how merch works, but I'm pretty sure she does have to put down like money for that, and then ideally people buy it, and then like she gets a profit off of it. Like that's an investment. But maybe the spirits are telling her to stop. I don't know. Alright, so we have the outcome. Everyone's favorite card. Outcome card. What do we have? We have the Knight of Wands. Ooh, who's this? He is upright. It says energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, and impulse. Oh, we have impulsiveness. That's a big one for Chantal. She's very impulsive. I have a funny feeling that the money she gets from the merch is going to lead to this card. Because it says energy and passionate and inspired action. I'm thinking she's using the money, even adventure, like it implies like she's going somewhere. Like she's going to be using the money on something. But the spirits are telling her not to. They said, don't spend the money. Ooh, okay, so let's ask. So we'll get these little guys out of the way, and let's put this one in the center. So we're done with the 7 card read, but let's get some insight into her outcome. Spirits, can you tell us about this adventure, this fearless, this impulsiveness? Tell us more about it, please. So you should be polite, even to the spirits. All right. Oh, we have the devil. Starting out hot. All right. All right, so we have the devil. It's a shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, temptation, seduction, destructive behavior. I think that one's really sticking out for me for Chantal. We also have materialism and codependency and toxicity. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to the next card. It's the King of Cups, and he is reversed. Sorry, I'm just straightening these out real quick. It says cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moodiness, self-compassion, and inner feelings. Oh, that's interesting. Cold, bad advice. So I wonder if the merch was bad advice, which would explain why the spirits would tell her, like, don't spend, like, don't overspend, don't. It seems like the spirit's advice is to tell her to get out of the merch. And this one is reversed as well as the 6 of Cups. It says living in the past, forgiveness, lacking playfulness, moving forward, leaving home, and independence. Okay, so again, we have movement. Leaving home, moving forward. We have movement and adventure. So it seems like something bad is coming out of this situation. Like something about the extra coin. Like the extra money coming in from the merch sale. Because I really think that's what they're trying to say. We have cold, bad advice. Even the moodiness. Because I do think she lets her finances control her moods. Mostly because when her finances are good, the food is good. And then the food is what's controlling the mood. Which could explain this card, the addiction card. Like, her addictions are fueling everything that's going on. It even says materialism and codependency. Because we've gotten codependency for her before in a different card. Not in this read, but in a previous one. It's one of those times where I mentioned... what card does she get? But it says, like, single parent or working parent is what it says, like someone who is taking care of someone else, that codependency. I just wonder if that has something to do with Salah. That's what's really sticking out for me. And addiction as well. We also have temptation over here and emotional manipulation and the bad advice. So I wonder if like Salah is like behind her, giving her this bad advice about the merchandise, the merch. I wonder. But it's going to somehow lead to some sort of movement, some sort of physical movement. There's always physical movement when it comes to Chantal. That's why I keep thinking she's going back to Canada. So let's ask the spirits, can you tell us anything about this 6 of Cups in Chantal's read? Living in the past. This is a moving forward, leaving home. And she usually gets an independence card, too, in her reads. It just drives in the fact that Salah is not with her, whether physically or emotionally. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Page of Wands. All right, so let's get started. It says multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing decisions. So again, we have the coin. So this is starting kind of on a financial note. So we have balancing decisions. Like and think I've gotten decisions in Chantal's reading before. Like there's a decision that needs to be made in her life, and it's a major one. And it's one that is not being taken lightly. Like someone is like clearly taking their time, and they're putting it off, and they're just not making this decision. And that's what this one is referring to, like that decision. And then we have the Ten of Swords. It's reversed. It says can't get worse, only upward, recovery, regeneration, resisting an inevitable end. All right, so whatever this situation Chantal finds herself in is saying, well, it's not going to get any worse. Like it's going to get pretty bad, but it's not going to get any worse, which is somewhat good. It depends on how bad it is currently, I guess, or whatever this is supposed to represent. So whenever this happens, it's going to be as bad as it gets. Like this leading is, it's going to lead to the recovery that in regeneration that's implied in this card. And then we have the Page of Wands. It says inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, adventure, movement, excitement, and freedom, independence. So we have movement, and again, it's something implying freedom, independence, like she's getting out of something. And again, we have like free spirit, and for free spirit, like again, like I think that's freedom, and it ties into independence, and even like leaving home, moving forward. Like there's always movement in her reads. I just wish it would just happen a little bit sooner. It's hard to say when things are going to pop off, but definitely the spirits are implying that they are, and that the merch, I think, is a catalyst to what's coming. Like somehow the merch is going to aid in whatever this movement is. Like I don't know if she is saving her finances for this big move, or like maybe that's why she opened up the merch store. Like maybe she's like saving up all of this money to go back to Canada, because she already said Canada is very expensive to live at. So I honestly don't think she feels like she can just pick up and move over there, that she would have to like build up her finances first and then move out there. And this could be, again, like I said, the catalyst to lead her in that direction. Well, enough speculating. Thank you for joining me. Remember, we thank the spirits for helping us out today. And I did do a quick shuffle when I was ranting, so we could do your intuition pull. Remember, this is a card just for you. Go ahead and think of a person, question, situation that you're in, and maybe I can pull a card to give you some advice or answer a question. I'm feeling this spot right here. Boop. Okay, what did we get? Oh, it's reversed. It is the Ten of Cups. It says lack of inner joy, smugness, dissatisfaction, indulgence, materialism, and inner happiness. It's funny we got materialism again. Okay. Well, maybe you have a lack of inner joy, and you should be looking for your inner happiness. If you had a question, the answer was yes. It says water sign, and for the Pisces, sorry. Alright. Maybe it's telling you to indulge a little bit, to find your inner happiness. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I buy myself something pretty when I'm sad. Alright. But thank you. Thank you again for joining me. And I hope you have a great day.